The smithing table finally gets a use in the latest Minecraft 1.16 Snapshot for the upcoming Nether update. And not only that, but there have been changes to netherite, new block types added, cosmetic changes, updates to piglins, and even new ambient sound effects to listen out for. Sounds good, huh? Well, let's find out more. All part of Snapshot 20w10a. So, first things first, new netherite textures. As you can see, they have seen some changes. Namely, they're a little more rustic and purple looking. There's a little bit more red and purple in there. So we're going to do it for the vine right now and give you a closer look at all of these specifics. So here's what the differences are. On the left, you see the old textures, and on the right, you see the newer ones. So there's the sword. Right here, we've got the shovel. Again, these changes seem to be pretty consistent across the entirety of all the new tools. Pickaxes right there. We've got regular axes as well. Got those hoes. Slight differences between them. And even the netherite scrap. It looks a little more scrappy, you could say, on this side. These seem a little more rounded out, and these have some rougher edges along the sides there and the corners. So, slight changes. As you can see on screen right now, we've got a tweet from Minecraft's lead artist, Jasper Borstra, explaining that he changed the textures of netherite tools and gear slightly because there were concerns that they looked too much like stone tools and gear. So the colors have been shifted to look more like the ancient debris that the tools and weapons are made from. That said, though, Jappa has stated that if there is more feedback that players want to provide in the future regarding future armors, gears, and tools, that he is open to suggestion. Okay, moving on. And speaking of netherite, the smithing table finally has a use. That's right, it has replaced the previous netherite crafting system that was shown in the last snapshot, where you would just take these different items, put them in a crafting table, and turn your various diamond gears into netherite gears. This no longer works. Instead, you'll need to go to your smithing table, add in a diamond sword, as well as add in your netherite ingot so that you can get your various different netherite objects. And it's the same across the board. Whether it's armor, whether it's tools, or whether it's a weapon of some sort, you'll need to use the new smithing table in order to upgrade all of these different things. So, say goodbye to easy crafting and get ready to make yourself a smithing table. Now, this is kind of exciting because it does open up possibilities for other uses using the smithing table in the future. Maybe we can start to upgrade different types of tools and gear. Like, imagine you could add gold to a diamond sword to get a gold-tipped diamond sword. Imagine the possibilities when we start combining different types of ores and gems to existing gear. Now, this doesn't actually work. If we were to try and do this right now, you'd see that, nothing comes of it. But hey, one can dream. All right, moving on. There have been some changes to item frames. There's now a new invisible tag that will allow for invisible item frames. So check this out. It's now easier than ever to decorate using different types of item frames and items in your Minecraft world now that we've got a tag that literally hides the item frame that the item is staying on. Not only that, but it's actually super easy to give yourself this item in-game. Just go ahead and type out the following command you see down here and you will get an invisible item frame for your trouble. Be careful placing it though, because it won't show up anywhere. But now look at that. Wherever we place these down, we can add additional items, literally, seemingly, to the wall. And you can even rotate them, and naturally, if you wanted to remove them, you can do that too. However, breaking an invisible item frame will leave you with a regular version of it upon breaking it. So be very careful with where and when you place these, because there is a chance that you accidentally goof things. And gosh, man, you just goof things all the time, don't you? But there's another change to item frames as well. The new fixed tag, which will prevent removal of items from that item frame. Here's an unfixed version, see? Break that, click, you get your item back. Rotate, not a problem, get your item back. Now, this is with the fixed tab. While you can still rotate, you cannot get this item out of the item frame. That's because it's been given this new fixed tag. Curious to see what happens if we were to break the block that this item frame is sitting on. Wow. So we still cannot break the item frame. So wait, does that mean we can now have floating item frames? You must be joking me. Now, to get a fixed item frame, you can just type the command you see at the bottom of my screen, again, right here, and you will actually get a fixed item frame in which you can add different objects within it. So you can go and, well, I mean, I suppose you'll have to place the item in first. So you'll need to mess with the command syntax a little bit if you want to actually add an item into the fixed item frame. But if you give yourself a command that actually places the item in the fixed frame right out the gate, well, suddenly most of your problems have been solved. Again, you can still rotate them. However, if you want to change the item shown in this fixed item frame, you can look at the command below and change this from diamond sword to, oh, let's say, I don't know, diamond. And once you do that, when we place this down, we'll now have diamonds. And as you can see here, we can combine the fixed item frame with the invisible item frame as well. You know what that means? That means we now have the ability to place floating item frames wherever we want. Y'all ready? Break that. Check this puppy out, baby. We're literally just gonna start wailing on him all over the place, and we can break these blocks, and because they are fixed, these guys will just stay floating in the air. We now have the ability to place floating items in the air using only vanilla Minecraft. This is fantastic. No resource pack needed. All right, so moving on, we've got some new blocks as well. Hyphy. Yo, get hyphy about it, baby. All-sided stem blocks. These match the new trees you can find in the new biomes. See these guys right over here? The warped trees and the crimson trees? Yes, there are now variants of the wood type that you can get that have the bark on every single side. You can take crimson and warp stems and in your 2x2 or in a 3x3 crafting table combine them to get crimson hyphae, as well as warped hyphae, which again is the same block but with bark on every single side. Naturally, as you saw, there is also the warped variant, which you can see right here in action, warped hyphae as well as crimson hyphae. And naturally, there's also stripped variants as well, which you can use by right-clicking any of these with an axe of some sort. So here's the stripped version of the hyphae block, and here's the stripped version of the crimson hyphae block. You see, this is with stem, this is without. Check out these puppies. Oh my gosh. Builders rejoice. You've got even more options. All right, moving on from the new blocks, we've got changes to hoes. In fact, these hoes right over here. Each of these hoes now mine at a different mining speed because in the last snapshot, they changed hoes to be able to more effectively gather these warped blocks, nether warp blocks. So not only does each one have a different speed, which we'll show you a little bit of right now. Here's the wooden hoe. Compare that to the normal speed of just using your hand or no tool at all. It's a little bit faster. And we could go further down. We'll just switch over to diamond right now so you can see the difference here. Oh, I'm so happy for these hoes. Not only that, but you can enchant them as well. So you can give these hoes efficiency, fortune, as well as silk touch. Oh, I never thought I'd say this, but I finally love all my hoes. You hoes have come along. All right, we're going to just move on. As you've probably been hearing throughout today's video, there have been some new ambient sound effects that have been added to various different nether biomes. Well, what we have over here are the ambient sounds in button playing form. There's a whole mess of them. Look at this. So many options. Now, we are going to go ahead and play them. So, listen in very carefully. First up. Whoa. Big mood. Nice. Here's a looping one. Listen to this. It's very subtle, but it's there. Wind blowing. Ah, lovely. Now check this one out. Additions. These are all for the Crimson Forest, which is where we currently are in the red. Now over here, we've got Warped Forest, which are slightly different. Here's an additional. Listen. Very, very subtle. Oh, love it. Ooh. Kind of got a slow build to it as well. Ah, yes. Not bad. Here's another loop one for the for the Warped Forest. Y'all hear it? Oh, man. This makes me so excited. Ah, yes. And, of course, ooh. Yo, that's scary walking around. You hear that? Here's a mood one for Warped Forest. Listen. Oh, man. Yo, hold on. Ooh. Sounds like someone's ripping one. And of course, for the Soul Sand Valley, listen in. Ooh. Wispy. Very, very wispy sounding. wispy, windy, okay? There's that one. We've got a loop sound effect as well. Whole mess of them. They do kind of sound similar. Curious what the mood one sounds like for Soul Sand Valley. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very scary. Sounds like wind chimes. Oh, okay, guys. This is sweet. The reason I like this so much, it makes me feel like they're going to start adding this to all of the other biomes, whether it's in the overworld, the end, other parts of the nether. This is cool. The soundscapes are coming soon, I would imagine. And the final change of today's snapshot, piglin barter loot has changed once again. The main changes are netherite hose are less common as well, which means I guess they dropped netherite hose initially? Surprise of the century, but check it out. Shroomlight and warped fungus have been removed from the bartering table. And not only that, going back here, soul sand has returned to the bartering table and iron nuggets have been added. So we now have ender pearls, fire charges, glowstone dust, crying, as well as regular obsidian, soul sand, string, quartz, 2 different variants of fire resistance potions, nether bricks, iron ingots, magma cream, leather, and gravel. So a lot of cool changes for today's snapshot. Now enjoy an awesome trailer for my brand new Minecraft game featuring my friend Alex the Noob. Make sure you subscribe and we'll see you later. This is Alex. Alex, no, why are you is a noob. In fact, she's Alex the Noob, and this is her world.
Yeah, I know y'all wants it.
Based on the popular YouTube series featuring her and Logdotzip, you can now be a part of her survival world by actually playing it.
Crazy. They might buck you
Relive
up.
all
Oh,
your
he loves
favorite
you.
moments from the video.
Fantastic. There's lava! Get up! Get up! Be careful! Alex! Alex! You just blew up!
Visit all her favorite places. Collect all her favorite blocks.
Nice! There you go.
Or maybe you want to take on the Wither,
I really gotta...
just like
we
Alex.
gotta finish him now. Oh! We got him! We got him!
So what are you waiting for, you noob? Get the map today. Out now on the Minecraft Market.